Roblox is a platform that hosts hundreds of thousands of games, from tycoons to obbies to Adopt Me. Anything you can think of, it's probably there. And throughout the platform's existence have come many popular games. I'm sure you all remember Work at a Pizza Place and Survive Natural Disasters and Phantom Forces. But there are some popular ones out there that have, over the years, slowly died. So come on folks, hop on the magic school bus, and I'll take you back to Roblox's most popular games that are now obscure. Entry Point was created on April 14th, 2017. It has 311 million visits. It's a game about a secret crime organization hiring you. You go to certain locations to pretty much rob them. There's even a story behind it where someone who was supposedly taken out 5 years ago has come back for revenge. And if you don't feel like playing the story, you can participate in heists with other players. If you couldn't tell, this is a very Payday-esque game. All the visuals and mechanics are very similar. It currently averages about 1,000 players. At least that's what it was when I played it. It could fluctuate. This is honestly a really cool game. I'm not really a big Roblox player, so I'm not sure how much coverage it got back then, but from what I played, it's a really solid game. I recommend checking it out if you can. Intelligence was created on September 8th, 2020. It currently has 21 million visits. You play as an ant where you have to collect resources for the sake of your colony. There's also different ants to choose from, so you're not all the same one. There's a worker ant, a nurse ant, a spy ant that has a do-rag, which is really swag, and a drone ant. As a worker ant, you collect food and water to bring back to your colony. You can also dig to expand your territory. You're pretty much the blue collar ant, alright? You're getting down and dirty. As a nurse, you obviously heal. That's what nurses do. Spy ants can disguise as the enemy and infiltrate their colonies, which is very helpful for invasions and information. And if you're a drone ant, you can fly. I'm not sure if real ants can fly. I hope not. It averages about 150 players. Now this game isn't as huge as a lot of other ones, but I think 21 million visits is nothing to scoff at. I like the game. It's a really cool concept. One thing I will say though, as the worker ant, the movement is really slow, so I unintentionally almost parched myself to death. It is cool that I can carry a block of water though. Water cube. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting game. Ghost Simulator was created on December 27, 2018. It has 138 million visits. It's a game where you can collect ghosts and sell their ectoplasm for money. If only you could do that in real life. That demon inside my walls won't know what hit her. You can use the money you earn to upgrade your equipment and buy things like pets and hoverboards. There's even a story to follow with tons of lore and rewards to collect for each new thing you discover. It currently averages about 150 players right now. The game's not bad. It's decently fun. It's kind of time consuming as a noob because the ghost takes so long to get into the vacuum. And yes, I know you can upgrade your vacuum to suck them quicker. You're not taking that out of context. But it's just something I thought I would bring up. Overall, I did like it though. It's a pretty good time consumer. And it's just the right game if you're bored and want to play something. The normal elevator was created on March 25th, 2015. It has 530 million visits. It's a game when you walk into an elevator and there's something new at every stop. Whether that be dancing, Jason coming to get you, or some big black thing coming from the rear to annihilate you. There are currently 31 floors in the game, and if you have a VIP account, you can choose a specific floor to go to, which in my opinion kind of kills the fun. I thought a big part of the normal elevator was the randomness of it. It currently averages about 600 players. Now this is one of the first Roblox games I ever played. The floor I remember the most was the one where the kids were saying, I like singing, I like dancing, and then one says, I like trains, and then a train shoots through the elevator. I wonder if that one's still in the game. I'm not sure, I haven't gone through all 31 floors yet. The game is very simple, so if you've seen all the floors, you'll probably get bored with it very quickly, but it's a very nostalgic one for me, and I really like it. The Plaza was created on January 23rd, 2016. It has 124 million visits. It's an open environment with so many places to go, such as a restaurant, a pool, and a dealership. The cool thing about the pool, there's actually a little secret entryway you can go into that leads you to the outside of the restaurant. There's also a club you can hit up where it has music and a dance floor. And if that's not enough for you, there's a huge place called the Tower where there's tons of condos. You can buy things like pets and decorations for your condo. There's even a couple mini games you can play, such as as carts and infection. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was so crazy going back to that game. It's a literal ghost town now. There's nobody in the restaurant, the pool was completely empty. When I walked into the club, there was no music playing. Like, I'm telling you, it was a literal ghost town. I'm not entirely sure why the game never really got popular. My best guess was that it was competing with places like Bloxburg, which was an already well-established game. I mean, there seemed to be so much going on with it. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shocked that it wasn't as lively as it once was. It currently averages less than 5 players. The dev did advertise that they made a new game though. It seemed like such a good game. I don't know what happened to it, but man, it was really cool. It sucks that nobody really knows about it anymore. Blockon was created on January 13th, 2012. It has 446 million visits. It's pretty much Prop Hunt, but in Roblox. It's a hide-and-seek game with multiple locations. The match ends when all the seekers convert all the hiders or the time runs out. Now, I'm very surprised this game died off. There are games like it that are much more popular, but I remember watching YouTubers play this game. This game was so fun, too. I remember that one map, they had like this little, it was small, it was like this little town. And I swear, we'd always lose there because there was barely anywhere to hide. You could learn that map like the back of your hand. The game currently averages around 300 players, which is crazy since it has almost 500 million visits. Those other games must be really good because this one was just awesome. I wish it was a lot more active. This game was really cool. Forgotten Memories was created on January 1st, 2022. The game has 134 million visits. It's a multiplayer FNAF fan game. The story is about a group of friends who get a job at a pizzeria and they uncover the mysteries that lie within it. You can play with up to 4 people and there's various nights to choose from. The building setup is honestly very interesting. FNAF's original office has the doors across from each other, but this game has them right next to one another. And there's a little curtain at the other side that you have to close every now and then. There might not be a lot going on in the footage, and that's because it's only night 1 and it took forever to join a lobby. I would have liked to play the later nights to see how difficult it could get. There was one time where we almost lost and whoever that was that came towards us was really quick. The game currently averages 500 players. This game is honestly really great. I like how it looks really good while still keeping that Roblox style. It's kind of hard to perfect that. The game is 2 years old now, so I'm sure the replayability got pretty old. But it looks really good and I like it a lot. Catalog Heaven was created on May 5th, 2010. It has 245 million visits. You can pretty much dress up your avatar with anything from the catalog, but this was to only see what it was like. You couldn't actually own the item. I tried to get footage for this game, but there was a hacker who just spawn peeked the whole time. It was probably a bot of some sort. There are much newer games that are just like this that are constantly updated. It currently averages less than 10 players. It's kinda nostalgic, but there's really not much to it. Plus, there's already others that do the same thing, so I'm not necessarily sad that it's gone. But I remember when this game was at its peak, though, so it's crazy to see that it died out now. Pokemon Brick Bronze was created on October 21st, 2015. Your player finally goes on their Pokemon adventure, and then a team kidnaps your parents. You know, typical Pokemon game. Bro's mom was like, "Oh no, Mr. Kidnapper, please don't touch me." "Oh, I'm gonna touch you. Snorlax, use Jiggle Twerk." It's pretty much just like any other Pokemon game. You go around, you collect Pokemon, you get into battles, etc. There were 802 Pokemon that you can collect that went all the way up to Sun and Moon. Now, this game is a little interesting because it no longer exists. On April 18th, 2018, it was taken down due to copyright. From the Wikipedia, it talked about how the dev would mix in the Roblox lore to actual Pokemon lore, and that they advertised it as an official Pokemon game. I also find it interesting that the game was up for 3 years before it got taken down. We all know Nintendo's pretty swift when it comes to copyright infringement, so I don't know if it was until the devs started mixing in the lore where they stepped in or what. The game was incredibly popular though. I'm not even against the takedown because yeah, it is copyright infringement, but I just wonder why it took so long for them to do so. It's not like they hadn't known. Roblox was incredibly popular in 2015. I personally have never played this game, so I'm not sure how it was like. I just know that a lot of people loved it. But darn dude, RIP PBB. As controversial as Roblox can be, there are a lot of good games on it. We've all made a lot of memories with the game in one way or another. And since the game is for kids, more memories will be made, but probably not in a good way. Regardless, I enjoyed going back to these.